Hi, I'm Jakira Black. Blackpool and Fylde Writers met for the second meeting of the year today. Last time I recorded our meeting, but this time I decided that it would be better for me to just do a video of me talking, because we were sat there writing and it would have been a lot longer than it needed to be, and it would have been quite boring for anyone to watch of us writing. We are working on putting a book of dinosaur stories together. It's going to be a year-long thing. I don't know how long it'll take, but we're going to go from prep right through to published. So last time we talked about possible dinosaur story ideas and we did some free writing. This time Angela led a session about the dinosaur stories using the snowflake method, and I'm going to go through that today and give you examples of a possible story. So, the snowflake method was created by a man called Randy Ingemanson, who made up a way to design and even write a story from a high-level hook type idea to a full novel in 10 steps. This way you can identify a broken story before you begin and build yourself a better one. Okay, so the first thing to do, and if you've got paper and pen nearby, then grab it. And then once I've finished talking, then pause the video if you're going to join in and do what I'm going to say now. And then obviously stop playing again. So the first thing is sum up your idea in one sentence, preferably of less than 15 words. And it says don't worry about fitting the whole story in, just hit the setup, one or two major points, one line blurb will do. So I wrote this: aliens invade the Earth. Unfortunately, they're invading the Jurassic Age, and the inhabitants bite. Okay, so the next step is take this sentence and expand it into a paragraph with 3 disasters plus an ending. Now, I've got an example here. I'm not sure if there's possibly 3 disasters and an ending, because I've not done the whole story yet. I'm just coming up with the idea, and this is actually a sample idea that I'm not going to write because I'm going to write a time travel story. But this is my sentence. They had to leave their planet when a natural disaster destroyed it. They needed to find a new planet, somewhere to call home. They chose the Earth. Unfortunately, the inhabitants bite, and they're hunted one after another, ending up in a dinosaur's stomach. Okay, so 3 is focus on characters. They're important too. So it's supposed to be a summary page for each character, but I've just done half a page for each, not even that. So first character is Walter. Now Walter is an alien, so I am taking the decision in this, and not actually for the story I'm going to be writing, to change the spelling of his name. So it's spelled W-O-L-T-A. And he's an alien. He's part of an invading force and he's a cook. His skin is pale grey. He has 3 eyes, 2 on his face, 1 in the back of his head. He also has eyes tattooed on his hands, and he has ribbon tattoos on his bald head. He is 16 months pregnant. The child visible in a large bump on his neck. The bump makes him hold his head strangely, and he keeps getting pains from holding his head strangely. Okay, so that's Walter. So next is Bobby, spelled B-O-B-E-E. Bobby is also an alien. Her father is the captain of the ship. She has dark green skin, turquoise eyes, and her hair, which hangs down her back, is dark midnight blue. Bit like this is supposed to be if it hadn't faded. She is probably in Earth years around 12 years old. She likes picking flowers, which will be fun, not in Dinosaur Land. And she's afraid of Walter. Okay. So next up, and I've not actually wrote anything for this, so you've got an idea from those 3 things that I've done, and you just carry on from there. So the next one is come back to your plot summary and expand. So your 5 sentences, expand each sentence into a paragraph, right? Okay, so do that, make each summary about a page. So at the end of that you'd have 5 pages of summary, notes, whatever. 5. Going back to characters. Write the plot summary with the POV, point of view, of each big character, right? And obviously the plot's going to be different for both of them. Maybe they're opposing characters, different characteristics, personalities. Yeah. 6. These summaries are as much about the characters themselves, their reactions, their perceptions, motivations, interpretations, etc., as they are about the events of the novel. Major characters' plot summaries should take a page. Minor gets half a page. Now make that 1-page synopsis into a 4-page synopsis. So you've got a 1-page synopsis of your character saying, you know, like obviously Walter is pregnant. Turn that into 4 pages. Okay, so next up, back to the characters. Now make their pages, the 4 pages you've got for each character, into character charts, right? So that's just basically their names, ages, you know, I mean you can Google to find character charts and just go through it, fill in details about them. I like to use these charts that I have, that I actually created myself. One's about the character, and like it's just a chart with like things to write about their character, their personality, their, you know, what they like, what they dislike, their education, jobs, so on and so forth. So do that character profiles for each main character. 8. Head back to the plot synopsis and make a list of scenes for the novel. So that's outlining. Okay, so just do a list of possible scenes that could happen in the novel. For instance, in my novel, Walter and Bobby could find that they're trapped in a cave because there's a dinosaur outside, and Walter has to look after Bobby, and Bobby just wants to leave because she doesn't like him and doesn't feel safe with him. Right, so 9, make a narrative summary of each scene with all the good dialogue and description and tidbits that are doubtlessly floating around in our heads. Right, so obviously anything that comes to mind, phrases that maybe Walter says, like when I was your age, or things that Bobby might like doing, like she likes lollies, alien lollies, but lollies. So yeah, and then 10 is write your novel. So obviously we're not writing a novel, we're doing a short story. But if you go through those stages, and I will do a link once I've found it, to this in the comments, in the, down there, so that you can try, got my hair trapped around, so you can have a guide on what to do. So yeah, and then next time, obviously we'll have more of an idea what we're writing once we've gone through this. So next time we're going to go through Dan Wells' 7-point structure and actually start plotting our stories. Okay, bye.